Good morning, everyone. Today is Thursday, October 23rd, and today we will cover some trades on YieldMax funds, obviously MISTI. We'll take a look at the ULTI holdings, and then we'll just look at some other stuff. We'll see how it goes. Again, YieldMax coverage still under construction. We'll see where it leads us. No set agenda, really. It's just hanging out in the AM. I was going to do the Roddy coverage, but I decided to do YieldMax again. And then maybe I'll do a Roddy at lunch today or possibly next week. We'll see. But I have been making some moves there as well. But anyway, good morning. Bitcoin is greenish, right? Yesterday was kind of ugly, right? 1022 yesterday, 5:30 p.m. We were sitting at 106. We hit 110 at 3 a.m. and now we're at about 109. The time is 6:01 a.m. So not bad. Again, market's been blah. We all pretty much bled yesterday, unless you were short everything. You had some type of red. Tesla's pretty red after their earnings too. So, we'll take a look at that. Actually, I pulled it up here. You could see, let me see if I have to refresh. Yeah. So I'm going to use stock analysis going forward because they pretty much have everything. And also I'm actually, I set up an affiliate link. I did put it to the top of the live chat if you guys want to click it. I always use this website. Finally, a website reached out that I actually use. So I said, all right, let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Anyway, Tesla, down 3% in the pre-market. I'm not going to go through their earnings. Someone else can do that for another day. I am also going to use this website for a couple things. But you guys probably can't see actually. So let me zoom in. One of the things is I'm going to make a watch list for each of the funds. Like, for example, these are the MSTR funds, and we can look at them day in, day out, right? See who did the best. It'll be sorted by rankings, right? So yesterday, Winter whooped some ass. Winter went up 5%. Again, we make fun of the inverse all the time, but then there's days like yesterday where the people that own Winter are laughing at us. They're like, yeah, what's up, sucker? Yeah. While we're sitting here, like, God forbid, the people who own MST, which I'm one of them, they went, this fund is just an annihilation at this point. They just went down 10% in one freaking day. All right, but let's start the top. MTYY, actually, no, not bad. They won of all the MSTR funds. They won, but again, they do have protective puts. They got protection, but they still got beat up. They still went down 4.78%. MISTI number 2, they went down 5.92. MS2, wow, they went down. Well, again, because they hold, they had cover calls on half, and then the other half they got the full exposure. Some leverage too, which don't help. IMST, then MSTR is in here, of course. MSTR went down 6.99, and then of course we have MSTW. Am I missing anyone? Since we are live, there's already 96 of you. Am I missing any of the MSTR funds? Anyone? I'll wait a second as I sip my coffee, as I wake up. It's not even Friday. This week has been the longest week ever. All right. I am not, I guess. But what I'll do is I already added a drop down for MSTX. I mean, that's a leverage play, but I could add it if you guys want to see a leverage play. Wouldn't hurt, I guess, right? MSTX. So we'll add that right here, and that'll go, obviously, double leverage play right to the bottom, 13% down. I did see, MSTK. I don't think they're going to be there, though. That's the problem. MSTK. Yeah, they're not there yet. That's, I forget the company, but I don't even know what they do. But again, I'll add that as soon as they're available. And then like I said, I'm going to add Palantir funds. starting. We could do it together if you guys want. If you guys know the tickers, we could bang this out real quick. So we got Palantir, we got Platy. You can see, comparably, Platy did beat Palantir. Then we got what? Come on, help me out. PLTW. What else? What's the leverage one? PTIR. I mean, we could do this later, but if you guys are here awake, give me some Palantir funds. What's the Granite Shares one? You guys are not helping. Let's see. Where the heck are we? Come on. All right, let's see. Daily compare. Where are you? PTIR. Gotta do all the work myself. See this? What are you guys here for? All right, PTIR. There we go. Add that. What is this? PTYY. PTYY. What the hell is PTYY? That doesn't exist. PLYY. I need the damn name in this freaking view. Gotta get the name here. Company name. There we go. I need to shift this over. Edit view. And move this. There you go. Come on. Come on. See that? We're learning together here. Oh, yes. PTIR. Yeah, duh. I didn't add the. That's the other one. All right. So what do we have? PL. Is this all of them? What the hell is PLTU? PLTU. It's just a leverage play. So who did the best? PLYY did the best yesterday. They only went down 1%, and then followed by Platy, and then, of course, Palantir. And then we got PLTW. Again, they're a leverage play. They went down a lot. And, yeah. So, again, if this is something that would interest you, it's just much – I know it interests you before, but it is much easier to track. And, of course, it's not going to include, subtract, or add distributions. But anyway, yeah. So if you want to help out the channel, just click that affiliate link and then play around if you want. I don't know. Do whatever you want. And real quick update to the channel. Where am I? So click live. So yesterday I did a live stream. Well, I did two, right? I did the morning one, and then I did an afternoon one with the tax goddess. Ambassador of Quan was kind enough to set this up. And of course, Parabolic always helping out. She was the host of the show. I pretty much just hung around there for my good looks, just to get views. I'm kidding, by the way. But anyway, no, for real. You might want to check it out. She's obviously the tax guru, the only tax guru we really know. So we got into the weeds there a little bit as far as businesses are concerned. Went to open up a business, and then there were some community questions in there. But pretty good interview. Be patient, though, because we did go live before she came on. So the first 30 minutes is just us yip-yapping, trying to answer, community questions. But, yeah, it's an hour and 40, but she's only there for an hour. So if you just care about her on the interview, just find it in the middle somewhere. Just fast forward. Also, this coming Monday, I want to make sure everyone knows with the morning show, we will be interviewing Corey. For those of you that are OGs on the channel, most of you may recall her from the Discord. She was actually the one who did most of the work on the Discord and really helped out the channel in the beginning when I needed the help. And she was always, she helped out with spreadsheets too. She was a really big part of the growth in the beginning, and it's never going to be forgotten. She also turned into a YouTuber herself, the Happy Camper with Dividends. Some of you may recall that. And she kind of left. She left the space. So she actually even left. She didn't really leave the Discord, but she's not active. So I wanted to make sure to reach out to her, interview her, see what's going on, see how she's doing. And for those of you that remember her, If you could show up at 6 a.m., maybe community support, show her, there is love for her. People miss her, I know. Let's get her back, right? Let's get her back as a community. We'll tell her, she's a big part of the YieldMax and high yield dividend space, and she always will be. So let's give her a nice welcome this coming Monday at 6 a.m. All right. So I'll make sure you suckers are there. Anyway, so let's get to the trades. After all, that is why you're here, right? So again, here's the new spreadsheet. Thanks to my alien genius friend, he just makes buttons and he just makes things work. So now my afternoons after work, I can breathe. I'm not sitting here typing buttons like a psychotic maniac. It's just much more automated. So I'm very happy, man. I'm not saying it's easy. It's still just a lot of stuff, but again, still work in progress because I have to, decipher, figure out what I'm going to do, what I'm going to cover, this, that, the other thing. Asset under management update. I think this is cool too. Wait, what? What happened to ULTI? Damn, is that right? Hold on, let me go to, where is it? ETF info. Where's ULTI? Is this alphabetical? Where's ULTI? Outstanding shares, 2.7 mil. Wow. Well, I guess because the market freaking sell-off. Wow. Holy crap, man. Holy crap. All right. Well, MISTI's number one, 3.3 bill. ULTI number two, 2.7 bill. NVIDIA, Tesla, and Coney, they're still in the $1 billion club. YieldMax 963. They're going to be there any day now. And then Plady, man, that thing is as it should, man. It's a great freaking fund. And then of course you got YMAG right behind. But who's the bottom? Dips is the bottom, 9 mil. So, but that's still enough for them, to keep it open, I believe. I think the minimum is like a couple bill, maybe 3 bill, or I don't know. Actually, I'm sorry, 3 mil. But it's actually a good question. I forget. Maybe I should note that in the bottom. All right, let's move on. And now we're going to compare to see. Again, yesterday was a bloodbath. So now it's going to be interesting to see how the underlying did versus the the holding. Ready? Here we go. All right, MSTR, how you doing? They went down. They got their asses whooped. They got whooped. Actually, I could do some more zoom here. Let's see. Why not? Let's see. We do 300. How obnoxious would that look? Oh, you can't do 300? What is this? Anyway, whatever. All right. So they went down about 7. MISTI went down almost 6. So, a percent savings. I guess it's better than nothing, but it did beat the underlying. Again, thanks to the covered calls, position kind of being cost a little less to close out. All right. We'll get into the trades in a second. For some of these, depending on what you guys want to see. By the way, good morning again. Thank you all for being here. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. NVIDIA, they went, oh my goodness. Wow. They only went down 0.5%. NVIDIA only went down 0.38%. So not bad for NVIDIA, suckers. Coin, I went down 5.4%. Coin went down 4.35%. Tough day, man. Coin's been getting his ass kicked. Coin's been getting his ass kicked. It's just the ass kicking. Tesla, well, you can just throw this out the window because they're already down. All right, they're down. But Tesla is down, or yesterday it went down 0.82%. Tesla went down 0.59%. Chico, okay, Chico. Palantir, how you doing? They went down 3.32. Plati went down 3.03. SimC, suckers, they went down 4.23. Oh, wow. SMCY, damn, that's good. They only went down 2.75. Amazon, they went down 2. Again, everyone was red. Amazon went down 1.84. AMZ went down 0.99. Robinhood, they went down 3.5. And, oh, brah. brah. What's up, brah? Why are you doing this, brah? They went down 3.52 more than Robinhood. So AMD, let's see. They went down 3.28%. AMDY went down 2.46%. All right. Okay, good. We're good. All right, GDX, gold went up. Good job, gold. They went up 0.22%. GDXY, they went up 0.06%. Meta, Facebook, they went up 0.02%. Phoebe went up 0.2%. Not bad, bruh. Not bad. Google, they went up too. Wow, damn. 0.47%. GUI went up 0.44. Good stuff right there. Netflix, they had earnings, and I guess their earnings did not pan out the way that was expected. They went down 10%. It didn't help that the overall market was disgusting. But Netflix went down 10%. Netflix went down 8%. So that's suckity-doo-dah for sure. That's a big drop. Apple, they went down 1.64%. Apple went down 1.31%. Microsoft, MSFT, they went up 0.56%. MSFO, they captured 0.4%. IBIT, Bitcoin ETF, right? Here we go. Yeah, they went down. They went down 3.59, but YBIT only went down 2.64. Not bad, not that bad at all. All right, we're getting to the end here. Mara, how you doing? They went down 4.58, and Maro only went down 3.91. All right, now we compare the Qs to ULTI. The Qs went down 0.96%, and ULTI went down 2.14%. Let's see if add back the distribution there. 9 cents. Yeah, they declared 9 cents again. It's awesome. They keep paying 9 cents. I know it sucks seeing them at $4, but again, it's when the market has a big sell-off, those high volatile funds, they're going to sell off, So if they did not have protective puts, you could imagine how bad it would look, This 2% is probably, most likely, I didn't look at it, but most likely because of all those puts that they bought on those freaking highly volatile funds. All right, let's move on, bro. All right, let's go to the trades. Who had trades? Again, yesterday was the 22nd. I don't know what this is. ADTY, that's not a fund. This must be a typo. So YieldMax peeps, are you listening? Unless my spreadsheet screwed up. That's possible too. But if not, YieldMax peeps, what's going on here? Is this SDTY? Probably. I mean, I probably just could add it myself. But actually, let me go down. Is SDTY down here? Yeah, it's not. I'm going to make an executive decision right now. Actually, I'm going to have to update on both sheets, unfortunately, because that one, actually, SDTY. And then here, oh, geez, we're on 1013. We got to go to what, 1022? We made it. How annoying was that? My goal is to be annoying, the most annoying YouTuber in history of annoying YouTubes. Let me know if I'm accomplishing that. All right, where are we at? Hey, there we go. Here we go. ADTY is SDTY. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Turkey, yes. That's kind of, I think that's what I was going for. But gobble, gobble. All right, so let's see. Where the hell were we? Anyway, ignore that. Who do we want to cover today? We're going to probably stick with the big ones. Coney, how you doing? Well, they had a lot of trades. Overall, they had a realized loss of 582,000. But what they do, they did a buy to close call. They closed out some of their positions way out of the money. So obviously you could see it's much cheaper to close it early, take a profit, and then use that money, open new positions, right? Or don't, right? Let's see if they did open new positions, actually. These are for tomorrow. They expire tomorrow. So actually not seeing the new position, right? Because it would say short sale, and so they're just closing out. Let it be. Then that may actually work out. If I look at the pre-market, I believe coin. Well, again, let's use our fancy website here, because again, they got pre-market. Look at that. Coin is up 1.3%. See, isn't this clean to look at? I am a fan of this website. I'm not just kissing ass because I got the affiliate link, which I don't even know what it does yet. So don't worry. But I figured again, gotta do what you gotta do. All right. So yeah, they closed out positions. They left it alone. It looks like again, whatever's left in that synthetic, these number of contracts, they should move 1-to-1 with the underlying. Right? And that's good if it's going up. If the underlying goes down, that's another story. All right. Nowadays, everybody want to talk. See, this is what's going to screw me up. So when I got to keep an eye on, I don't even know. See what I mean? Like this is like 5 mil, 1,500. Is this like 30? Unless I don't know, maybe not that per se, but I'm just thinking like early assignment when it's not an actual options contract. I just don't know what to do with that. It's just, I know that's my problem. You guys are like, what the hell are you saying? Go away. All right, let's go look at Hui. Hui. All right, they made 411 thou. 411 thou realized income. How? Well, green. Look at green. All right, the biggest green is they opened a new position. They sold a call, 131 strike, 2.97% out of the money. That's for next week. Happy Halloween. So that's the Halloween expiration. So good luck with that. It's going to be scary. These other suckers here, they closed out 16 cents, 20 cents, 15 cents. All right. So they closed these out early because they were way out of the money, taking profits. You know how it is. You know how it is, bruh. Take profit. So they closed out some, opened some, and boom, bam, bam. All right, let's move on. How you doing, LFGY? Wee! Too many trades right there. Oh boy. Oh, there we go. There's our boy. Yo, what's up, MISTI? Yo. What are they doing? Let's go right to the bottom. Are they making money? Win. See? Winning. They generated a realized income of $3.9 million. Your annual salary. It should be, at least, right? With the ways things freaking cost nowadays. But it's not fair. All right, I need a sip of coffee. What's going on, community? I see the comments. You guys ready? You ready for a green day? Unless you own Tesla. All right, here we go. We have, by the way, 268 of you up at the crack of dawn. It's 6:23 a.m. Thank you all for being here, whether you're on YouTube or X. I appreciate it. All right, so what is this? All right, they're selling calls into next week. Again, happy Halloween. So what does that mean? That just means they're selling calls into next week. What we do, right? Out of the money, yeah, 9, 10, 12, pretty far out of the money. They're closing positions for this week. Why? Again, when MSTR tanks these covered calls, they're going to be very cheap to close. And if they pay a cheap price, they can take the profit, most of the profit, early on into the week instead of waiting until the Friday. Because why not? If you can make 80, 90% profit on your position earlier than what you could have, then you're going to, you can open up new positions with new time value, right? New premium. So that's what they did here in red: 74 cents, 34 cents, 30 cents, 29 cents. Then obviously the short sale, they're all, it looks like, for next week. So they're not messing around with this week anymore on the new cover calls. They're saying, let's go to Halloween. Can't believe next week's Halloween. Good Lord. All right. So Nefli, yeah, we don't cover Nefli, but if you, I don't know, I can randomly, you guys got to let me know. I was supposed to do a poll or something. Yeah, I guess I forgot that too. All right, Net and Vidi, they have generated about 1.9 mil. Is that good? Yeah, hello, give me some of that. Why? Well, the majority is from this. Look at this covered call for next week, 1.8 mil, 185 strike. And then there's one down here. Again, covered call for next week. But of course, they had to pay to close out the other positions, but they were cheap. 13 cents. Yeah, brah, that's cheap. 91, 13, 14. Yeah. So again, profiting, even though NVIDIA did not really have a bad day yesterday, but I think overall this week, it's been a rough go. So anyway, they made 1.9 mil in some realized income. And then we got Plitty. How you doing? No, how you doing? Let's see what they're doing. They made 1.7 mil. So probably more of the same. Again, closing out positions, opening new ones for next week. Just, again, making money. I know it sucks when the market's red. Sucks for the synthetic. But when you're doing covered calls, at least you're making money. Even though the market's going down, you're still generating premium. As if, if they weren't selling covered calls, this 1.7 mil, this would not exist, right? And they'd be going down with the underlying, if not more. So that's why you see them typically, the YieldMax funds, beating the underlying on these red ass day. Red as hell. All right, let's move on. What do we got? We got Robly up in here, Roblox. And when anyone who has kids knows what that means, or especially Robux, it just means money out of your pocket. SMCY, how you doing? Well, we had a realized loss of 115,000. Why? By the closed 8 cents. That's why. By the close, 8 cents. It's because they did not open new positions. They closed them out and they left a portion of the synthetic uncappity-doo-dah. So if SMCI goes uppity-doo-dah today, which again, we can check with our handy dandy website here, and they are up, but barely. They're up 0.32%. But I'll take it. All right, let's keep going. TSMY. Oh, man, TSMY. Do you guys see their distribution? Let's go check it out. Where the hell we at? I closed my other. No, it's not on this file. It's on the guesstimate tab. Let's check it out. Look at this. Look at this, brah. What the hell is it? Where's TSMY? When did they launch? Zomo T. There it is. TSMY. 106% distribution, 33 cents. 33 cents. They're a $16 fund. This is a weekly payment of 33 cents. If you take that 33 cents, you multiply it by 52, sucker, and then you divide it by the current price, you'll get 106% yield. So beauty. What a beauty. Anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know because that one never gets talked about. And then here's ULTI, man. Again, this is what screws up my the numbers. See, like this big mishmash. They're selling positions, and God forbid they put the ticker. Like, where the hell's the ticker? Oh, the ticker 732-908-10. Oh, thank you very much. Let me just throw that into my calculator. What's that? It's a QSIP, I believe. But again, ain't nobody got time for that. But you know what I mean? Come on, man. This is too much work. But what do we got here? So they're closing positions by the close, 21 cents, 15 cents, coin, MP, Palantir. Yeah, they're closing closing positions, opening new ones for next week. Robinhood, let's see. Again, what they don't have to open new positions. They can close a position and then leave it out of the damn fund if they don't want it. And then My Little Pony here, what are they doing? Buy to close 12 cents, 3 cents. Okay. And then what? Then they open a new, sell put. Okay. So buy to close call, sell put, buy to close put. All right. And then, My Little Pony probably going bye-bye, unless they still have shares. Here's Hims, buy to close 13 cents. No new position, right? So they're just not, that's the beauty of this fund. They could do whatever the hell they want. BMNR, by the close, yeah, man. They're getting whooped. They're getting whooped, BMNR. They should add BMNU. That's a true degenerate play. However, the problem is BMNU, that's a double leverage on BMNR. The problem is it's a new fund. It does not even have weekly expiration. So, yeah, that's maybe when they do, they'll add it. You never know. True degen play. All right, they got Hims, add a new position. RKL, was it Rocket Lab there? Irene, come on, Irene. Oh, My Little Pony is back. Well, a bunch of closing positions, so maybe they're not back. All right, ULTI for the day. Ooh-wee. 18.6 mil in realized income. So how do you like that? Boom. I like that. All right, let's see. I'm a fan of YBit, so let's check out YBit. Bought a close call, 8 cents. Bought a close, 7 cents. Yeah, so they just closed out positions and they did not open new ones for next week. Okay. All right, so now this tab here, this calculates how much income. Again, this is just the realized income. It doesn't count what's on the paper. You know, whatever money they have made on the synthetic or whatever else is open, it's not calculating the unrealized. This is the realized income, the trades that were done that have generated an income. All right. Does that make sense? So the grand total, this calculates Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, because the idea is whatever we make this week would help for the distribution for next week. All right. So that being said, let's check it out, baby. Again, we got a pivot table here. We got a VLOOKUP. It's pulling the outstanding shares. We're hoping everything works. Again, we got a lot going on here. God forbid a formula break. We're going to cry, you know. We will cry live. We don't care anymore. AMDY, see, they're making money, 6 cents. So, yeah, in your face, son, in your face. AMZ's making a fraction of a penny, but still, hey, money. Circo, whooping ass, 40 cents. If they paid 40 cents, that would be a 46% yielder. Again, they still got 2 days, bruh. Dr. Dre just, getting its ass whooped. You could see there. GMEY whooping ass. Again, you got to hope that there's no like funky stuff going on there, but it's showing they made 356. We could always double check the data, but again, we don't want to do that. HIYY, this thing looks ridiculous. Like something's wrong here. But again, we may have to check the data. We may have to check the data, but whatever, we can do that later. All right, is anyone else? RDYY whooping ass. A lot of green here, which is good. We're making money. We are making money on the call. All right, so again, we use this to calculate the guesstimate for next week. I think it seemed like overall the people were happy with the distributions, but feel free to let me know in the comments. And then, of course, we got the, this is just some info, my info tab where I calculate the outstanding shares, assets under management, things like that. And then we got the IVs, the 30-day IVs of the, the underlyings underneath the funds. So I'll make like a little sweet pivot table so we can rank these as well. And wait, do I have one? Maybe I do. Yeah, it's under stats, I think. Yeah, it's here, but it's just not it's not letting me. Yeah, anyway, who cares? You don't care about that. All right, distribution tab. Again, this is nothing. This is just the distribution table from the website for each fund, which, by the way, this thing goes out and out and out so damn freaking far. But whatever, we'll talk about that later. All right, holding info. We're going to cover MISTI, and I'll try to look at ULTI. I didn't set up ULTI, but the plan is I'm going to do this for a few funds, the funds that you guys want, right? You guys let me know. It's all about you guys after all, right? But yeah, so let's look at MISTI. All right, so again, these are the holdings. This is what makes up the assets under management, right? Because if you add up the market value of this freaking fund, you do equal sum and you add this sucker, you go from the bottom, you add it all up here. Turkey's back, right? 3.2 mil, right? So that's the value of the fund. The fund is a $3.2 million fund, right? But how much is it per share? What is the net asset value per share? Well, you divide that by the outstanding shares, which is hidden. So let's unhide it. And it's right there, right? So you would do that. And then that would show you MISTI is worth $11, which, that's a little painful, I'd say, right? We used to be at $40. Remember that? Now we are at $11. So for those of you on this bumpy ride, I'm sure it is very painful, but it is paying out a massive distribution in the process. Okay. Anyway, let's go through the numbers and see how we doing. Well, we got to look at the synthetic. You know, we haven't really done a deep dive on the synthetic. If we look here, our synthetic is at 330, 345, 350. MSTR is at 280. So, I mean, this thing. Look at the ladies. These are ladies. They're pink. You know, that makes them ladies because they're pink. How much money do they want from us? Like when we get out of this position, as of right now, how much money do they want from us? You know, we're broke losers. We can't afford anything right now. They want $749 million. Okay. So we're just regular dudes down here just chilling. How much money do we have to our name? 87.9 million, you know? So, you know, what do you do? Like you can do nothing, right? Except, you know, sing. She take my money when I'm in need. Yeah, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger. Way over town. That digs on me. Oh, can you hear me now? Oh man, she's a gold digger. 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 What does that even mean? It just means we're a little behind on the synthetic. That's it. We just have fun with it. All right, relax, relax. Is it annoying when I sing? Let me know in the feedback. Or shall I just sing and keep singing? I know I gotta come up with new music. I just saw under the banner New Kids on the Block. You know, I haven't sung that in a while, but maybe it'll come back. All right. Anyway, we talked enough about the synthetic. So, ready? Cover call. Cover call. What do we got in the cover call bucket here? We got two sections. All right. We got the 1024s. That's this week. That's tomorrow. That's expiration date tomorrow. And then we got the Happy Halloween. So, how's this week doing? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, we are freaking out of the money. Way out of the money. We are out of the money. Out of the money. So what does that mean? It means these are very cheap to close. Look at this. Look at this, brah. Look at this. 21 cents to close that one. 37 cents. 52 cents. So yeah, they'll probably close some of these today. MSTR. If I look at the pre-market, they are up 2%. So 2% that doesn't even touch any of these really. So go up 2%. Go up 3%. Go up 4%. Go up 6%. Go up whatever. Right? We can handle it. And they only have one buddy, one insurance play, one buy call here, but they don't need it. They don't need it. It would have been a waste of money. So again, this thing's going to be, you know, just chilling, brah. But yeah, I think our covered calls for this week, I don't even think it's an issue. So let's root for green. All right. That's it. That's all we can do. Root for greenness. All right. Now, should we find ULTI? Again, you guys want me to talk about ULTI on occasion, right? Although ULTI's been getting a lot of hates. People love ULTI when it's good, and then ULTI goes down. Oh my God, I hate it. Get me out of here. Here's ULTI. Good. I did pull the freaking on. Look at me. I'm the man. I'm the man. Just kidding. I am not the man. All right. What the hell is this nonsense? Why do I have so many market freaking values? All right. So this is the sum, I hope. Yeah. Okay. Then we got what? The average IV here. Yeah. All right. All right. So I'm just going to check out what ULTI's holding. That's pretty much it. BMNR. Again, we love it. We love it. We love a nice true degen play. We love a 108% yielder. I'm sorry. IVer. Don't we? Cypher. Oh man, look at this baby. 162%. Again, we are degenerate. What the heck is this? What is that pulling up? Let me delete this. I wonder how that works. But how do I? Is there again? I'm gonna. How are these formulas working? Let's see. If I go to Sinker, does it update with the holdings? Alien, are you here? Let's see. Sync. Actually, sync implied volatility. That's probably what I need to do. Let's see if it updates. Is it going to update here? Let's see. Unless I have to do the holdings again. I might have to do the holdings again. Let's see if any of these numbers move. Are you going to move? Are you? Are you? Oh, I don't see movement. I don't see anything. All right. So good morning, everyone. We're up to 398. I know it's early, but thank you all for being here this crack of dawn. Any questions, let me know as we go through this. This takes a few minutes, actually. So let's just go through what else they're holding. Palantir. What? QUBT. That is an ugly-ass ticker. They got Rigetti. I think were they going up or down? I think there was a big move on Rigetti. I forget which way. MSTR. Oh boy, MSTR exposure. More BMNR. I don't know how this is exactly sorted. We should probably sort it by ticker. We got hims, we got hers, we got this, we got that. Iron. Lulu. Hi, Lulu. MP. More MSTR. Again, we got to get the sorting down to have this appropriate by ticker. But all right, yeah, whatever, man. So let's move on. Let's get out of here. But again, the idea is I do have the holdings of every single fund. I just don't have the information to the right. I'm gonna try to automate it the best I can. That way, in case you guys ask, all right, how do we stand on this fund? I'll be like, boom, done. Instead of sitting here manually clicking numbers. All right, so I did not do a holdings change update. I did not get any feedback on whether or not that helped you guys yesterday. So if there's no comment, I'm assuming it didn't help anyone. Like there was no point to it. But I'll leave it here for now in case I should do it for next week. But either way, let me know. Guesstimania, obviously, this is it. Like we're gonna do a guesstimate this Sunday. I'm actually gonna be away. I don't even know how it's gonna work. I might have to pre-record it. If not, may have to run to the car. I don't even know. But we'll figure it out. I'll do the Guesstimania for sure. It just may not be live. But to be determined. I'll be in the house with even more children, and it'll just be chaos. So yeah, so we'll do that. Well, why is it? Yeah, IV estimate. Did I delete that? No. Why is this gone? Holdings. Maybe because it's updating. I don't know. But whatever, work in progress. So that's the update on YieldMax. Let me know if you guys have any questions on that. All right. I'm going to go to my options file. MISTI. Yeah, let's get an update on MISTI. That's SimC. Let's go to MSTY. And let's take a look. Their pre-market is not updated. See, why is it not updated? That's annoying. They are up 1.77% in the pre-market when I look at Thinkorswim, but it's not updated here. They are at $11.60. That's the closing price. So whatever. Doesn't matter. Look at my strikes. All of these expire when? Today, not today, tomorrow. The lowest one is 13. It's still out of the freaking money. So again, my strategy, I'll remind everyone on MISTI, I was going to exit MISTI on this account, move them to the dividend car account. So as I sold these covered calls, I sold cash secured puts in the other account. And I actually checked the account yesterday on the other account. Those puts all got assigned early. So I now own 900 shares of MISTI in that account. And I still have all of my shares in this account. So obviously the wish-wash, it may take a little longer. But yeah, if these expire worthless, what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell calls. Same thing. I'm just going to sell calls until they're gone. MISTI, it's been going down. Well, MSTR has been going, it's a rough go, and if you actually, I think there is a compare tool, right? Do a comparison tool, search for a stock. Let's see if I can do this here. MSTR. Can I add MISTI? Do something like that. Total return. But just like year to date, let's just check it out. So you can kind of see You know, it's not good, right? We were up here, and now both of them, yeah, going down, going down. Who's doing better? Let's see, MSTR. How come I can't? We need to make that like pop up as a visual. Oh, it does here. 3. So MISTI went down a little more. Is this total return? Yeah, it is total return. So that's the year to date. And then, of course, you could do 6 months, and then you could do 1 month. But obviously, they're both pretty much, you know, the 1 month. Good God, they're both taking a freaking ass kicking. MSTR down 18.55, MISTI down 18%. But again, I think, you know, this is helpful. It's a very good visual using this website. And I never really use the website. I always just use my spreadsheets. And it's going to be just a lot easier for me to reference this now, like going forward. But let me know your thoughts on that. All right. So anyway, my cover calls on MISTI. They're going to expire worthless. There's no way around it. TSLL yesterday, I did sell a put. The market was red. But obviously, the market TSLL is getting its butt kicked. So we're going to go back home, and we're going to look for a stock. We're going to type in TSLL, and then we're going to look. And the pre-market on that, it's down to $18.78. So obviously, I could have waited, but whatever. You know, I'm not waiting. I didn't know what earnings was going to bring. I wanted to sell a put over earnings because I wanted that freaking premium, right? I sold a put, $14 strike, 29% out of the money. It expired 11/21, so that's a 30 DTE. And you can see it paid me 45 bucks. That's a 39% annualized yield while going pretty much 30% out of the money. 30% out of the money. You can go 30% out of the money and still generate a massive yield. Massive income. That's the point I'm trying to make here. I know it's a double leverage fund. I know it's a degen fund, but you know, it's just, again, it's one of the best in my eyes. It's one of the best ETFs to trade options on because it's affordable, because the premium is there. The options chain is freaking, the interest is everywhere. You pick any strike, any date. There's people, there's buyers. It's just a beautiful thing. It's not like that on every freaking fund. Believe me, it is not. AMDY, not AMDY, AMDL. I'm just, you know, that thing was, come on, man. Come on, Cletus, come on. All right, so anyway, what do I got for this week? I got 1024s. I didn't roll them because you know why? I said, well, let's let earnings play out, son. All right. So I have 2 covered calls, 18 and 19, right? 18 and 19. How they doing? Well, the 19 is actually could expire worthless. The 18 has a chance of expiring worthless. So you know what? Let it happen. I want these to expire worthless, right? Because that'll just, you know, allow my shares to be freedom. Yes, I won't have the premium on the week, but again, I love not having anything attached on the Monday because Mondays historically lately is green. And if you could sell calls on a green freaking Monday, oh baby, sign me up for that. So we'll see how these goes. I'm glad I didn't roll them yet. So that's why we wait. That is why we wait. Because these were way out of, you know, these were way in the money. Now they're not because TSLL, it could drop. Like we said, it could go down to $5 again. It could. I hope it doesn't. I mean, 5, a little brash, but you know, 10, I'll do 10. I could do 12, 15, something like that. And then we got my puts. Are they in danger? 13 and 15? No way. No way in hell they hitting 13 or 15 this week. So I think those are going to just expire worthless as well. And then, of course, I got more trades for the next week, but I'm not going to go and the next week and the next week, but I'm not going to go through that. TNA Dynamite. Hold on. TNA Dynamite. Let's see. I did a trade yesterday. I sold a put, 30 DTE. They, again, it's expensive, man. They're 45 bucks still. But again, 35 is my sweet spot. I chose a 35. It's 22% out of the money. Is it worth it? Yeah, why not? I got the money just sitting there. You know, again, it's just going to put it on hold. Paid me 65 bucks. All right, 65 bucks. Only a 22% annualized yield. But is that worth it? Yes, because the money is just sitting there. Again, it's just sitting there. So I might as well put it to work. Because in my stinking eyes here, 22%, you know, for, again, it is triple leverage index. Is that going to get a sign? I don't know. But even if it does go down 22%, I welcome assignment. I only have 100 shares. I want more shares. So I welcome it. Bring it. I'll take shares. Go down. Go down, Cletus. All right, open. Open's a crapshoot, man. Open is just, I don't know, man. We need some good news on open. It's just been ugly. Ugly. So they are up in the pre-market at least. And yeah, I've got too much exposure now on open, but I just hope they turn it around. It's just annoying. But hey, whatever. I'm, like I said, I'm kind of getting out of the wheel on open because why? Well, because I'm doing the Roddy fund on open, which is even more of a struggle at the moment. But I'm trying to, I don't know. I don't want to do the same stock on both, if that makes sense, because it's just harder to look at and harder to track, because I can't sit there all day. I need to do these things quick, in and out, in and out. All right. So anyway, that's the update on open. ASST, I mean, what more to say? This thing is an annihilation. So we'll see what happens. That's all I can say. BMNU, I almost sold a put yesterday. I did not, because I already have 3 and they only have this monthly expiration date crap. If they had weeklies, yeah, I would have done another put, but they have this, then they only go down to 15. If they would have had, 14, 13, even 12, yeah, I would have done it, but whatever. For now, I just wait it out. All right. Leaps, open calls, long calls. Yeah, these things are worth crapshoot. But I do have a TSLL put, as you know. This thing is going to be cashed out today. That is for sure. Right now, I don't know what it's worth, but if I can get this thing worth at least 50 on top, so 565, I'll take the profit. I will take the profit, and then I'll move on from there. Because again, TSLL, Tesla will go down. It doesn't last. It never lasts. And so I'll cash out. I'll make the money, and then I'll buy another put when Tesla goes up to a high, if that makes sense. But again, the whole leap thing, I'm just testing things out. I'm not really pretending I know what the hell's going on here, because clearly I don't, judging by my open plays. What a waste of money that was. But hey, you never know. This thing could moon still. And well, I got time. The expiration dates are for next year. All right. So open positions. TSLL, I have 16 contracts. TNA, I have 3. And BMNU, I have 3. All right. I did not update my balance. Weekly income, I did update this. $747. I got TNA. Wait, no, I'm on the wrong week. Yeah, I didn't even add. Whoops. All right, so let's see. 1024. I go to BMNU. There you go. No money there. AST. I don't plan on trading AST. Open, not really. TNA, I did trade, so I'll add that one. There you go, $65. And then TSLL, I did trade that one, 45. So I've made $110 so far this week, which is crap. I know. My goal is 541, but of course I did not update the MISTI distribution. So if I go to the MISTI tab, where is, okay, so my October goal. Wait, I'm looking at the wrong spot. Oh my God. No, I'm in the right spot. So the options goal is, so it is updated for October. I didn't update the dividend. So far in MISTI, I got what, 600 times. Well, actually, I don't even know. What did they pay so far? I have to go to the distributions, right? All right, where's MISTI? Where are you at, MISTI? ULTI, TSMY. MISTI's over here somewhere. PLT, there you are. All right, so they declared what for October? 61 and 21. All right, so what we'll do is we'll add that. 61 and 21. All right, 60 times 0.61 plus 600 times 0.21. All right, so I made $492. That drops my weekly goal now to $418.79, which it's more attainable, of course. So again, I am still collecting a dividend from MISTI because my covered calls are not getting assigned. I actually thought they'd be assigned by now, which is why I didn't even want to include it. But there you go. There you go, Chico. All right, so that's the update, man. That's the update, brah. Let's refresh Bitcoin. Actually, let's see if you can pull up Bitcoin. Is Bitcoin a thing? No, Bitcoin not a thing. Bitcoin. Obviously, you have to use like IBIT to do that. But you know what I was curious on? Like, how's SPY been doing? How is SPY doing? If I look here, how are they doing year to date? Not bad. So they did have a drop down. How are they doing 1 year? 5 years? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I was just thinking about that. But anyway, guys, you guys got any questions? We got maybe a few minutes here. I can throw on some music. We could just chillax, hang out, party like a rock, party like a rock star, party like a rock. All right. Full volume setting so people don't get annoyed. And all right, put it down. Let's see. Good morning, Adam. Welcome. Where's the comment? I tried to pull it up. There you go. Coasty. Who's Coasty? Coasty. Are you new? Are you new? Welcome. MISTI needs to go up 2.5% for the next 10 days. Okay. Well, that would be awesome. What else we got here? Who's here? Who's here? Oh, no. LA's leaving. Guys, make sure you go check out LA, the appliance guy on YouTube. 7:30 a.m. every single day he has a premiere. He's more consistent than me. He's taken the crown of consistency. He is now the man. He's the man. I am now the sir. So go check out his premiere. I'll be there. I'll be there. Pretend like I know what he's doing. I'm trying to learn, but man, he fixes anything. I can't even fix a freaking light bulb. All right, let's see. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, we got a question. We got a question from Charles G. What's up, G? When is the best time to sell covered calls? Now. Today's green. We sell. Again, what do you own, Charles? What do you want to sell covered calls on? I'll pull it up. It's all about Charles right now. All right. So make sure everyone says hi to Charles. Hi, Charles. Hi. Charles, what do you want to sell covered calls on? Hurry up. Hurry up, Charles. BMNU. Oh, you dirty boy. You degenerate you. You really, you just go like straight to the freaking the most volatile thing. But I love it. That means you're welcome here anytime. But look at that, man. Look at that pre-market. It's up 3.95%. What is your cost basis? That's the next question. What is your cost basis? All right. How many shares do you own? That's the next question. Where's my mouse? There it is. Love the Roddy. Yeah, no, I'm gonna. Like I said, I may do it at lunch, or if I don't go for a run. No, I can't. I need to run. My fat ass needs to run. I can't be spending more time sitting. 2180. Okay, perfect. So again, it depends. I mean, how many shares did you own? Did you say 300 shares? Okay. So it depends. Like, what do you want? Do you want income? Do you want capital appreciation? Do you want both? What do you want? I think personally, this thing's going to probably fly up now. So you could do short-term plays. You could sell a call for, I wouldn't do for this Friday. I'd probably do, although there might be some juice in it. So, but, oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. BMNU, they're freaking monthly options. It's so annoying. Ugh. So what's the October expiration? Give me a second. I already have BMNU up. Oh my goodness, that's pretty funny. Let's see the expiration. All right, so the next expiration date is November 21st and then December 19th. So those are your choices. Do you want to sell covered calls on November or December, right? And then the next question is, how high do you want to go? How much premium do you want to, get? Use my option spreadsheet. It's in the Discord under spreadsheets. Calculate how much premium, take your time. Type in the numbers that are there, fill in the columns. It'll annualize it for you, and it'll tell you, okay, this is how much you'll yield. But you have to remember, this thing could blow up to the moon, and then your calls can get assigned. If not, you just have to roll them. All right. So it's all about what you want. Do you want to keep the shares? Do you want to keep the shares and make some premium? What do you want to do? Just answer those questions for yourself, and that'll pretty much give you the answers. If you want income, just sell them at the freaking money. Why not? You can make a crap load of premium. If you sell these at the money, but then consider your shares gone. Consider capital appreciation gone. But yeah, I don't know. Hope that helped, Charles. All right, let's see. Sunita, chillaxing is my favorite part, but I gotta run. What? Time to retire. Yes, it is. Good morning, Cliver, the driver. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right, brother did 3 for me. Sweet. I hope to do actually 3 today at lunch. As I was sitting yesterday, I'm like playing with my belly. I'm like, well, I think we now have a problem. But yeah, anyway. Charles, you're welcome. Hopefully it helped. But yeah, no, feel free to ask questions. Are you in the Discord, Charles? We can talk about this all day in the options channel. There's experts beyond experts in there. Not just my scrub ass. You have people actually know what they're doing. Yes, Granite Shares declares today. I will be making a Granite Shares video tomorrow morning. So 6 a.m. the usual. So hopefully you guys will be here. Playing with my belly. Yeah, unfortunately, it just stays there. It doesn't. Does it get easier when you get older, DPC dad, or what? Because this is not what I remember in my 20s or even 30s. 40 and breezy. Yeah, man. I wish I could go running now. Unfortunately, I have to freaking start working. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. The working man is a sucker. I know you. I'm not even gonna say what movie because all you know that by now. We quote that way too much here, but it's freaking true. It's so true. Grumpy, you better make it. You better make it. Does ULTI have to increase the dividend payment for a total return? What does that mean? I don't even know what that means, but obviously it all gets considered, right? If they pay the dividend, it comes from the fund. So it's wishy-washy, but no, the answer is no. I guess if that is how I understood the question. That's the best. All right, all downhill from here. Great. My future is bright. Not. This suit is black. Not. A1 wants to know, should one buy YieldMax now or Friday? Which day is the best time? Well, the best time is the best day for you. No, obviously yesterday was a good day because yesterday was a bloodbath. In case you missed it, it was a bloodbath of all sorts. Today it's green. Not super green. But like Tesla's today, I think Tesla's a good buy today, right? Because Tesla's getting, again, it's always, the sell-offs are always overreactions typically. They don't seem to last. So who the hell knows though? Again, we're not day traders here. I'm not. I'd be the worst day trader in history. Aldi's going to do a reverse split? What? I didn't even know Aldi was freaking public. I refuse to go there. I know they're doing better, but I just remember the old Aldi, which was such a crapshoot of crap, Let's see. My True Serenity. See you all tomorrow. No, Rod, it gets hard as you get older. Well, thank you, Danny. Thank you for making me feel fatter in the future. And where you been, by the way? You haven't been here. You've been slacking. Yeah, wake up injured. Sweet. Wake up with like cramps. Oh man. There's the guy you got to talk to. SB. You know, he's a little degenerate too, but he knows his stuff. So if you want to trade BM and you, Charles, you know, go ask this guy. Although he'll get you doing all this other crap too. You know, just do this butterfly souffle trade. Yeah, okay. What the hell? Friday is the day because of the distros, right? Well, Friday is payday for some of them. Today is ex-dividend date for group 2, so you'll see the drop in the distribution. But you won't qualify for this week. You'll qualify for next week if you hold it until then. If that makes sense. But again, you can't time the market. It's just, I mean, some people can. I can't. What do we got? We got an hour and 6 minutes in, so we're going to have to end it soon. What do you guys think? Any other questions? DPC Dad, when is your next, if you want to let everyone know, when is your next episode? Or we'll say the first episode. I'm not counting that first thing. That was like a minute. That was like a teaser. When's the first episode with you and your daughter, Yield and Grace? Got to pump it up, man. We got to get some live viewers. If you do it live, I don't know if you're going to do it live. You should do it live. I think it just makes it so much more fun. You know you're old when you wake up and you wonder what else is wrong. Yep, I'm getting there. Yeah, I know. I'm like in my head when I lift heavy now. I'm like, wait, don't do it. It's not worth injury. You know, that's my think now. Yeah, exactly. The butterfly scuffle, shuffle, manuffle. You know, like what the hell?
Would you see, Piper? You messing with the Macho Man, brother? Let me tell you something, Hulk Hogan. If you mess with the Macho Man, Randy Savage, then you're in trouble, brother. Oh, yeah!
Now you got me going, Piper. I'm having way too much fun. My wife's going to be like, what the hell is wrong with you? How was the Macho Man? Good? We will be working on it this weekend. All right. Can't wait.
I can't wait. You're the cream of the crop.
I should, next time I see my one friend, he does the best Macho Man. I'm going to do a short with him. He doesn't know that we have people that actually appreciate wrestling impressions. Glad you enjoyed it. All right. At least I did one impression good, right? All right. What else we got? All right. Sweet. All right. I'll start working on my Macho Man. See, it's hard to go from Macho Man to Hulk Hogan because Hulk Hogan's a little, I don't know. Macho Man's easier to me than Hulk Hogan. And then there's Ultimate Warrior. You know, that gets hard too because their voices are just insanity. And then you end up losing your voice. And anyway, that's fun. We'll do more another day. All right. But I got to get someone on here that also does wrestling impressions. I think that would be just a fun, but that can talk about YieldMax and options too. We could do the whole guest. We could do the guesstimate video with me with wrestling impressions. Imagine that. Who the hell would watch that though? Anyway, guys, as always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor, and this video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun.
Hopefully you're entertained.
But if not, come back tomorrow and we will be here again. Again, Granite Shares coverage tomorrow, Friday morning. I hope to see you there. 6 a.m. 6 a.m. a.m. Maybe the Macho Man will show up. You never know, brother. Also, if you enjoy this content, if you enjoyed the Macho Man impression, brother, you got to hit like, you got to hit the thumbs up, you got to hit the heart on X, you got to hit this, that, the other thing. And you got to share, repost, you know, tell your friends, this, that, the other thing. We got to grow this channel. You know, we got to pump this baby up again. We've been slowing. The growth has been slowing. It's getting pathetic now. We got to boost our asses. We got to make this a 50K-er, right? And then a 100K-er. We got to get that plaque up in here. Then the Macho Man will come out for good. He'll be throwing elbow drops. You know, I'll throw an elbow drop right on that plaque. I'll go to the top rope right now. Don't tempt me. But yeah, outside of that, I got nothing. It's time for keyword time. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. Okay, I've lost my mind now. So someone's got to give me a keyword because I got nothing. I got nothing but coffee here. All right, Bob loves my Macho Man. Sweet. Bob's the only person still in Jersey from the all you other Jersey people left. But any keywords? Come on. Coffee. That's it. That's all we got, Wolf. You better than that. Green Day. Your favorite band. Butterfly scuffle or suffle or whatever the hell. That's actually pretty funny. Or a souffle. No, yeah, souffle. That's what I said, souffle. Butterfly souffle. All right, fine. You guys win. So if you made it this far in the video and you want to prove it, you gotta say the keyword. And the keyword today is, we're crazy with options lately. We're like, we're venturing out. We're doing different things. So the next thing we're going to do is the butterfly souffle. So beware of our options genius here. We cannot be stopped. So the butterfly souffle is next in order. So just get ready for that. We're just going to make so much bank on that trade. So get ready. All right, I'm out of here. And yeah, that's all I got. So, but thank you all for being here live. Thank you all for watching after the fact. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. But the keyword is butter souffle, if you know what I'm saying. All right, I'm out of here. Have a good day.
Later, brother. I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah.